Hello, I am Jody Wolf. You're watching EXPOZ. Today, October 1, 2010, about 1 a.m. in Birmingham, Alabama. This EXPOZ is titled America's Back. I'm going to give my pre-November 2nd guesstimate on what's going to happen with elections in our country. Simply put, Obama's hands will be tied. I believe that the conservatives and the Republicans, without a doubt, there will be a resounding defeat from every angle of the Congress and Senate and the House. I think the Washington, D.C., when these people are sworn in, will be a different America than what Obama and his cronies tried to turn it into. And I want to tell you a quick story, if you don't mind, and then I'm going to tell you the follow-up why I'm telling you this story. I've been self-employed for a number of years after I left the police department, and I had customers, and one particular customer, he and his wife were from Cuba. He is a doctor in Birmingham, Alabama. She told me a tale one day, and they were good friends, and I liked them, and I like them today, and we talk. But she told me she and her husband fled Cuba on sort of a visa to come to the U.S. and do some studying, or he had to come in and do some catch up on information that Cuba didn't have for their doctors and the medical personnel there. So they were allowed to come, and they never returned back to Cuba, and they're still trying, the last I heard, to get their children over here. But my point is, what people will do, what Cuba's been doing, and this is socialist government along with communist, they began at a young age brainwashing children in schools. And what they do is, by order of Castro, is go in and tell the children, Christmas is coming. Christmas is almost here. So you pray to Santa Claus. You pray to Santa Claus that he's going to bring you all these gifts. Well, they pray and pray and pray. Well, Christmas comes and nothing happens. Okay, now you pray to Jesus. You pray to your God that Santa will bring you gifts. They pray and pray and pray, nothing happens. And then all of a sudden, here comes Castro. He visits all these schools, and there probably aren't that many, and brings gifts. Well, now they see that Castro is the only one that they can trust. Jesus didn't do it, Santa didn't do it, but Castro did it. So by the time they reached the second or third grade, they could care less about the Bible. They could care less about anything outside of what Castro taught them. Now, come today, at UCLA, there was a Jewish woman there that continues to give hate speeches. And for some reason, well, we know the reason, but they're against Israel. Well, on John Hagee's show, he had a gentleman that's Israeli Christian or Jewish Christian, and he heard this and saw this, and it really troubled him. So he met with this lady, and he asked her. He said, "Why are you giving these speeches?" She said, "Well," and then he kind of said, "What was your background like? Were you Orthodox?" "Oh no, I was Zionist. I grew up in a Christian home." He said, "What changed your mind? Why do you hate Israel?" She said, "Well, I took all my studies here at UCLA." and that explained it. That's what they're teaching. They're teaching America and our children to hate the Jews and to hate Israel. Although she's Jewish, she was still taught that way because she went for a doctorate and she went for a number of years. All the schools, Duke for one, they're teaching their students more on a socialist level than they are on a capitalist level. They're taking total prayer, they're taking Jesus out of every aspect in anything apparently that is kind of close to God, and I can't categorize the Jews with Christians, but it seems like the attack is simply on the Jews and on Christians. I just wanted to bring that up to tell you that story. Now, jumping back to our election that we'll have in 2 days, I believe America will be back. We will have some great minds in there that can start reversing all this healthcare BS that's been forced down our throats. Bear with us. I believe it's going to happen. And I believe the first thing we need to do is get God back in to our schools, our homes, our federal buildings, and our lives. And you will see such a major change in our country. It doesn't change the end times facts that's in the Bible, but it can delay them. So that's my take on the elections. I believe America is back, and if I'm wrong, I will post another YouTube Tuesday night and let you know that I'm wrong. But I believe, in fact, I'll post one Tuesday night anyway and tell you I was right. Jody Wolf, EXPOZ.